Well, good morning, guys, and welcome to the show, Fernando.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Today we have a special one for you. As always, we are going to take a look at the new Epic Series amplifier, specifically how to connect it to a device like an Epicenter or possibly a high level to low level. You'll see what I mean in a second if you stay tuned, so stay tuned. Here it comes. So audioControl just announced and is shipping the new Epic Series amplifiers. This is a 750.1. They have a 4-channel, they have a 2000 watt, they have a 5-channel, and well, we're gonna look at all of them, but today we're gonna concentrate on the sub amp. This is part 1 of 2 as far as things that you can do with these amplifiers. Let's get this thing out of the box. We will be doing a full dyno on it, just not today because this is gonna be kind of neat. So let's just skip past the unboxing portion of it and get the amplifier out of the box and take a look at what we need to take a look at. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the Epic Series amplifier, it is a small compact class D amplifier that this bag is what makes it pretty cool. As far as hookups go for the amplifier, first it has power protect, maximize lights, RCA inputs, RCA output, gain control, low pass crossover from 50 to 180 hertz, subsonic filter off to 50 hertz, Epic boost 30 to 80 hertz with a level control, and it does come with a bass knob. Looking over at the other side, it has power and ground 4-gauge, 8-gauge remote, and an 8-gauge power output, positive, negative. And then it has this right here, the Epicenter link with the fuse. Now what that means is this bag right here comes with a special connector. First off, it comes with some screws, Allen keys, and an extra fuse. But this guy is what we want to take a look at. This is a powered output to go off to an Epicenter. Simply plug in, clip down to this side of the amplifier. Then if you have a Champion Series Epicenter, whether it be a special edition or not, simply unplug your 3-pin plug here, plug it in, and now you have power for your Epicenter. Take the RCA that you have coming from your radio, plug it into the input, and then grab a small RCA, plug it into the output, and plug that over here into the input on the amplifier. And now you've done the Epicenter link into this. But what if you wanted to do high level? Now we already have a video up showing you how to connect the Epicenter Micro, which is a high level to low level adapter. And if you unplug the 4-pin connector here, you can plug in the 3-pin connector, making sure that you're starting with the ground all the way up, and you're just not going to use the remote out for this. And this would be connected the same way, where you have your line source coming from here, like so, and then your signal coming out of here into the amplifier. That's how you would hook up an Epicenter Micro if you were using radio power. And this is where the fun part comes in. What if you just want to connect this to a factory radio? In which case, we don't have RCA output. Okay, so that's what we're gonna take a look at today, is figuring out how we wanna do this. Now there's a couple options that audioControl makes. First of which is the LC1i. We also have the LC2i Pro. We can do the Epicenter Micro. Let's start with the LC1i Pro. So those of you not familiar with the LC1i Pro, this is a 2-channel high level to low level adapter with a line driver built into it. It has RCA in as well as high level in, and it has RCA output. For this, we are going to need a flathead screwdriver because we are going to remove the 3-pin connector from the Epicenter link. Pulling that off, and we're going to now connect in our 4-pin connector. It goes in the same orientation, meaning ground comes first, followed by constant 12 volts, and remote in. We want to hook up a remote out here. Now the reason for the remote out is in a typical application, we're going to be running power, ground, and remote into this because we have an aftermarket radio. In this case, we're not going to do that. We want to hook up a high level to low level adapter, plug this in, unscrew the remote turn on input on the amplifier, put our remote turn on into here. This is what's going to turn on the amplifier now. Then we connect our speaker wires to the input of our line driver here, and our RCA is going to go from the output here over to the inputs on the amplifier. The next step we have to do is we're going to switch this to GTO. GTO stands for great turn on. That is going to look for the DC offset in the speaker wires, and that is what is going to generate our remote turn on out for this to turn on this amplifier. If we are disconnecting all the speakers, this has a load generator in it. If not, leave it in the 20k ohm resistance, and then you have ground insulation. It should be set for ground. Leave it there. The only thing you're going to be adjusting is level control and the trigger mode. If it won't turn on via GTO, you can switch it all the way down to audio. Most of the time the GTO is going to do the job because it is going to be getting our remote turn on from our speaker wire. Once this turns on, it's going to create the remote turn on. It is going to turn on our amplifier, and of course this is going to allow us to pass signal into the Epic series amplifier. Second is if we want to correct for any bass roll off, we can use the LC2i Pro. This is going to plug in the exact same way, meaning we are going to remove the 3-pin connector and we're going to go ground, 12 volt, remote in, remote out. We're going to connect our speaker wires the same way here, and the RCA will plug in to bass output located here and our amplifier input located there. The same step, take trigger input and switch it to GTO. That'll do the same thing it did in the LC1i, and we can adjust our AccuBass feature built into this. This allows us to now compensate for bass roll-off. So there are different solutions depending on the problems that you have. The last solution that we can use this for is the Epicenter Micro. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to take the 3-pin plug off. We're going to go ground, power, remote in, remote out, come over to our trigger, switch it to GTO, plug our signal in, plug our RCAs to the output, and there we go. We now have 3 solutions using this output to put in a high level to low level adapter to turn on your Epic series amplifier. In this situation, what the Epicenter output is providing for our high level to low level is the constant 12 volts and ground that we would need. So it does save us a lot of time by providing us with this output to make our installation super easy. Now some of you are going to ask, can I just cut this here and hook it up to here? That's entirely up to you and whether or not you want to, have your way with this plug. To me, it seems easier just to run my own remote turn on. If you wanted, you could cut the shrink wrap and fish it through this and bring it out the end. That would probably be pretty nice. It's easy enough to replace the shrink wrap on there and keep it nice and pretty. And there you go, guys. There are 3 solutions for connecting your Epic series amplifier and using high level to low level in order to get sound into your factory radios. Stay tuned to the next part where we take a look at doing a multi-amp system, so a 4-channel and a mono block, and all the cool things we can do with that. Fernando, if you please.
On to the next one, guys.
You guys have a great night as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.